Wow. It's a nice oilum from Motzei Shabbos.
We good, huh?
Yep. We're on? We're live?
We're live.
We're good to go?
Nobody's on though.
Because we didn't give anybody warning.
It's not a warning you need. It's on 9:15. That's it.
All right. We're holding Daf Lamed Vov. Mamish, the first word on Daf Lamed Vov. These are all sugyas that are negei l'maisa, geshmaka stuff. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Huh? Not the man with the two heads.
Yeah. That's tomorrow. Yeah.
Sammy's drink.
Very good. Ooh, a big guest. Shkoyach. Zok the Gemara. Omer Rav Chizda, soch ben tefila letefila choizer umevarach. Now, depends. Oh, Hill has it on live. I hear myself.
I'm still waiting for the Waldorf cards. I thought you brought enough for the Ola.
I give it back. Most of you, besides myself, make two brachas on tefillin. Lo on the first one, and al sharoish make al mitzvahs, right? I don't know. I've never made that bracha. According to Sfardim, which I'm not, and the Vilna Gaon, you don't make a bracha on the second pair of tefillin. Why? It's this sugi right here. Omer Rav Chizda soch ben tefila choizim mevarach. If
why do they use different language? We call it tefillin. We don't call it tefillah.
we call it tefillin sometimes. Here, tefillin, kesher shel tefillin.
I'm saying, why do they change it?
Because it's one, it's singular. Tefillah is
Tefillin. Both of them.
right. Tefillin is a plural.
Right.
So if somebody talks between the tefillin of Yad and Shorosh, you have to repeat the bracha. We're gonna see exactly what it means. Soch in, loy soch loy. You only have to make two brachas if you talk between the tefillin. V'sholach Rav Chia b'reder Rav Huna mishmei Rav Yochanan. Al tefillin sheyad oimer baruch Hashem kedushem mitzvah tzivano lo neach tefillin. Al tefillin shorosh oimer baruch Hashem kedushem mitzvah tzivano mitzvah tefillin. We make two brachas regardless. Abaye berove damir tabayu. So they explain. What did Rabbi Yochanan mean? Loy soch mevarach achas. Soch mevarach shtayim. So the pashas of the Gemara almost seems like the Sfardim and the Gaon. It says, if you don't talk, and this is Rashi sheet. Here, give me this for a second. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. Oh my gosh. Sorry. For Hill that's watching, sorry. So it says here that if you make one bracha, lohoniach, and you don't speak, you don't interrupt, you're good to go. You don't need to make a second bracha. If you interrupt in between the two tefillin, then you have to make a second bracha. So that's the Pashas Sugya, that's Rashi. Tosfos says it doesn't make any sense. Why? Does it make sense that they were masakin a special bracha, asher kitsharom seisav tzivanu, al mitzvahs tefillin, for the one guy that's over? It doesn't make sense. They made a special bracha because you're supposed to make a bracha on tefillin, on shorosh. So therefore, Tosfos learns that if you don't talk, you make one bracha on the tefillin shorosh. It's going on the second bracha that everybody makes. Because, very simple, the lahoniach that everybody makes on the first one, this might be a chiddush to people. When you make the bracha, lahoniach tefillin on the shalyad, what you're really doing, according to you guys, not me, you're really making lahoniach, well, especially me, sorry. Lahoniach is going on both. It's going on the shalyad and the shorosh. And then when you finish off and you say, al mitzvahs tefillin, it's going on both, on the rosh and the shalyad backwards. So what happens is, if the guy made a lahoniach tefillin, and then he interrupted it, he spoke, so now the shorosh, when he puts on the shorosh, is not going to have a lahoniach. You ruined the shorosh. On that, the Gemara says, Sach, he has to make two brachas again. He has to make another bracha for the shorosh. Again, you always have to make two brachas. But if he spoke between the shalyad and the shorosh, you have to repeat the two brachas. Because he didn't get the lahaniach on the shorosh.
We pass on that way, halacha?
I don't know. You should know.
We do.
No, you
Why
guys.
why should I know?
You pass in halacha that you're right. I don't know what you do if you spoke in between. L'chayra, yeah, because this whole gemara is based on your shita is based on this sugya that you have to make two brachas anyways. And if you have to make two brachas anyways, then if you speak, you have to make two brachas just on the shorosh. That would be l'chayra. That's the Ramah shita. If you pass like the Ramah, which most 99% of Ashkenazim pass like, so you would have to make two brachas regardless, or three brachas if you spoke.
To answer Rashi, why were Chazal Masakin for a variant?
Yeah.
According to Rashi, he's not in a variant. Because
Exactly.
once he makes a bracha,
He's allowed to talk, exactly. It's a very good point. According to Rashi, and I wanted to bring it up, but according to Rashi, you're allowed to talk between the two. So maybe if you're allowed to talk between the two, he's not an Avarian and he doesn't. So then, 1 minute. So if he.
make another bracha.
Right, you're not an Avarian.
Kashes it.
I don't get that. Say that again?
According to Rashi, you're allowed to talk between the Shulrosh. Just if you talk,
At least the bracha kashes.
and we're going to see, look.
He's not in a variant.
Yeah, look, we're going to see in a second. Look, we'll see Rashi, and to answer your question, Rashi says Mefurish that Chayzim Muhammad means if he didn't make the bracha. That point comes now. Tana. Soch ben tefillah letefillah. If a person speaks between the tefillin shel yad and the tefillin shel rosh, averi hi biyado, he gets an avera. V'chayzer aleh me'orchei hamilchama. There's a concept that if you go to war, they announce who here is a yori v'rach levav, who did an avera, and it would apply even to the rabbanon avera. If you did an avera, because going to a war requires a nace to survive. It's very dangerous. So if you're afraid, you have an avera on you, so you don't go to war. One of the averas would be somebody that speaks between two tefillin, between shel yad and shel rosh. Now look at Rashi, the last wide line. Soch ben tefillah letefillah, v'lo beirech al shel rosh, ela somach al bracha rishona. So Rashi here seems to say that when is he over an avera? When he doesn't make the second bracha. His avera is not by talking. His avera is not making the bracha afterwards.
So why do we say Baruch Hashem after the second bracha?
Oh, because maybe because
it's
it's only the Ramah that holds you have to make two brachas, and you didn't speak. If you don't speak and you make a second bracha, according to the Vilna Gaon, according to all the Svardim, according to Mechaber, you don't make the second bracha. So that's why you guys make a Baruch Hashem. I didn't know you do that, but thanks for telling me. And that's the pshat. Okay. I guess I learned it once when I was bar mitzvah and I forgot. All right. And Tosfos points out that from Rashi's mashma that if you went ahead and you made the bracha on the tefillin shel rosh, you became a mitzvah. Not only you're not a shegitz that you don't come back from a mechama, but you're a big tzaddik for making the bracha.
Well, you have it because sometimes you can only put on one or the other also. So we had cases where you only have the shel rosh, you'd still make the bracha, both brachas on the shel rosh, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it comes out. According to Tosfos, you have to make two brachas. Just you do one over here and one over here, but the two brachas are in each period tefillin.
There's a bracha in the street,
Which one?
You make yourself, if you talk and then you have to make another bracha, you go yourself to make a bracha, you don't need.
Over here. Okay. So the Gemara. Tana, these are all halachas that we know. Kishu miniach shel yad, v'akach miniach shel rosh. First you put on the hand, and then you put on the head. Ukshu cholet shel rosh, v'akach cholet shel yad. We do it by rot. We don't know why we do it, and here's the Gemara. It explains why when we take off the shel rosh, we take it off first before the shel yad. Bishleim kshu miniach shel yad, v'akach miniach shel rosh. Why do we put on the shel yad first? T'chsiv ukshartom la'ois al yodecha, v'hodar v'hoyu l'teitavos b'neinecha. First comes the yad in the Torah, then comes the tefillin shel rosh. Elek shu cholet shel rosh, v'akach cholet shel yad min. And how do we know you take off the shel rosh first? Amar Rabba Ravuna Asberli. Amar Kra, v'hoyu l'teitavos b'neinecha. In plural, v'hoyu. It doesn't say v'hoya. V'hoya, that one pair of tefillin, the tefillin shel rosh should be between your eyes. It says v'hoyu, they shall be between your eyes. Obviously, you don't put on two pairs of tefillin between your eyes. Kol zman sheb'neinecha yushtayim. Yeah, but that's not the literal. That's because they're doing Rabbeinu Tam and Rashi. But that's not what the Torah means. The Torah means that when you have the tefillin shoraish on, you should always have, there should be 2 pairs of tefillin on you. There should have, 2 tefillin, not 2 pairs. Torah Rabbana. Tefillin mei mosai mevorach alein. When it's really early in the morning, when could you start making the bracha? Mishas hanachoson. When you put them on, keitzad hoya mashkim lotzis laderech. He got up really early before Alisa Shachar. Umisyare shema yoivdu, and he's worried that they're going to get lost if he doesn't put them on. Minichon, he puts them on. Very interesting that Rashi says a lashon here. Minichon bereishay. I don't understand what he means exactly, because I don't think he means to say that you should put both pairs of tefillin on your head. And why does he have to say that he puts them on his head? I don't know. Maybe he means even on the head, even if people see it. Not exactly sure. I'll go upon him. So first he puts them on really early in the morning, before Elois. It's not the time. And then, what? Without a bracha. And then when the time comes, then only then, once the time of tefillin comes, Mishiyakir, then he could, I guess today it's about 5:30ish, 5:35, somewhere around there. You touch your tefillin. Again, I wanted to look into this. Maybe somebody knows the halacha, because I recall, again, this is from years ago learning this, or maybe even recently when we were doing the Mishnah Berurah Yomi, that memashmish might mean that you have to move it. Not just touch, but you have to move.
It's much more from here, you just have to touch it.
Right, from over here, I didn't see anything about moving, but I remember this halacha about moving. So if somebody remembers, let me know. What? Really? Do a real mishmush, like a real... Wow.
If we lift them up, then...
He brings down here that's right from this morning.
Really?
Just to cut it.
So Baruch Shekivanta. Yeah, because I was looking at it, nobody mentioned anything over here, and I didn't look over there. I looked in the Mesifta today, and I didn't see any mention of that halacha. Okay.
From this price, it's not a case where a guy got the tefillin on and off before he went on his way, because they keeping them on.
Yeah, he keeps them on. But he didn't make a bracha when he put them on. It's a big chiddush. You could imagine you wash your hands, you make hamaitzi, you eat bread, and a half hour later you make the hamaitzi before. It's like it's not the same thing. But over here, but they are saying something similar. Like you want to be yaitza, you got to remove it, put it back on, so to speak. By you being mimashmish, you're kind of putting it on again. Vad mosai minichon. Here's the big shaila, big chloikis. My father, for instance, he wears tefillin all day. When do you take them off? What time do you take them off? We don't have a shaila because we wear them in the morning. We take them off. But somebody that wears tefillin all day, what's the limit? And the shaila is tefillin, is Laila zman tefillin, is Laila not zman tefillin? Even if Laila is zman tefillin that you could wear, even if you hold the sheet that holds, you could wear tefillin at night and you mekayim mitzvah. They hold that you still have to take it off at night. There's still a problem that you might fall asleep. So how does it work? Wow, Augustin Stott, Shalom Aleichem. My cousin from America, Shkoyach. One of the most successful guitarists in New York. Unbelievable. All right, big surprise. Didn't know he's here.
Is your father much over there?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, and especially now that I'm looking at the Gemara, he's always mashmash, right? He always moves his tefillin around.
We don't need to be much.
We don't have right. Hezek hadas.
But you're doing other things.
Yeah.
I don't think it's driving cars.
What?
I see people here which are driving cars wearing talis and tefillin.
Okay, so we're going to talk about it hopefully today. If you want to hear the answer right now, there's a big machlokes rishonim. What does hesach hadas mean? Hesach hadas, according to most rishonim, just means, or according to Rosh, let's say, it means not to be mekel rosh. Don't joke around in your tefillin. Meaning you can do anything else as long as you're not doing something negative. But others want to say that Mesiach Das means literally you have to think about your tefillin. So the Shita Mekubetza says, if you have to think about your tefillin all the time while you're wearing it, so while you're saying Kriya Shema, you have to think about Kriya Shema, so how you think about your tefillin? So you're being over on Hesach Hadas. So he comes up with this whole teretz of Oisei b'mitzvah, Potter b'mitzvah, but he holds literally, you have to think about that. That's one sheet that's Rishonim. So according to you, it would be a little bit of a problem. But obviously, people like my father or whatever, the Zilbermans in the old city, they're all walking around. They hold that Hesach Hadas means just don't have negative thoughts. We don't have to think about it. Think about it in the time of the Gemara, what they constantly do, 100% of the time they think about their tefillin. They wore tefillin like we wear tzitzis. Everybody wore tefillin back then. The bigger concern is not so much the Hesach Hadas, I think, as much as gufnaki and that sort of thing. I think that's what we're concerned about. Us small people. The reason why we don't wear tefillin, I guess the excuse is because we don't know how to keep gufnaki. Or maybe we have dirty minds, I don't know. Whatever it is. Okay. Zog the Gemara. So the bottom line is, when do you have to remove your tefillin if you're wearing tefillin at night? First sheet is, Tanakama says, Achetishka Achama. Sundown. Doesn't really mean sundown like we saw in other sugyas. It means basically Tzeisak Echavim. When the Gemara says Tishka Achama means Mamish, nighttime. Okay. Rabbi Yaakov Omer, Achetich Regel Menachos, which is a half hour after Shkia, V'chacham Oimrim, Ad Zman Sheino. So of course there's always a shaila. Basically, whatever you're going to say, there's going to be a machlokes. Adzman sheina, does it mean you're sleeping or when people normally sleep? Because again, this is going to be a shaila of watching your tefillin, not falling asleep with your tefillin. So if other people are already sleepy and they're falling asleep, maybe you shouldn't be wearing tefillin then as well, even though it's not yours man sheina.
What's the question about why should you not take them off? Because we're talking about, if you put on before the Zman, it says you put it on without saying the bracha. Why would you put it on if there's no mitzvah? Why would you leave it on if there's no mitzvah?
So first, two things. First of all, maybe the nighttime is a Zman tefillin. But even, you bring up a point, because even if you hold nighttime is not Zman tefillin, there's a difference between putting on tefillin, being active and putting it on, and as we're going to see, that's an Aveira, versus it's already on. So what's the difference if it's in a box in your tefillin bag or it's on your hand? You're not doing anything, it's already on. So maybe you don't have to take it off. Even if you hold nighttime is not Zman tefillin, big deal, so it's on your hand. You're not actively doing a mitzvah tefillin, it just happens to be on your hand.
And it's at night after during the day.
What?
Same
You wear
concept as
tzitzis during the day, and at night you wear it continuously.
Right. Whereas you go and put on tefillin and make a bracha and being mekayim the mitzvah now for the first time at night, if you hold nighttime is not zman tefillin, you'll be over. Okay. Umoidim chachamim l'Rebbi Yaakov she'im chalotzon lotzis mebeis hakisei oy likonis lebeis hamerchetz v'shokach chamo shuv ein choyzim menichon. So everybody would agree, and Rashi, this is machlokes again, Rashi and Tosfos. Rashi holds that everybody agrees Laila loves man tefillin. That's what Rashi says. Tosfos says no, the exact opposite. They hold Laila is man tefillin. Fine. But according to Rashi, Laila loves man tefillin, and therefore, if they happen to be on you, so you don't really have to remove it until whatever your shita is, until shetich l'regel min hashuk, until you go to sleep. But if you already removed it, to go back and put it on, that's what I was saying. To go put it back on, that everybody agrees you don't do. Omer Rav Nachman, halacha ki Rabbi Yaakov. That it's until shetich l'regel min hashuk, in between shita, half hour after shkia. Omer Rav Nachman, halacha ki Rabbi Yaakov. How could that be? Rav Chisda, Rabbi Bar Ravuna, Matzlu b'Beurto. Rav Chisda and Rabbi Bar Ravuna used to daven Ma'ariv with their tefillin on. Some people say, Iked Amri, ein halacha ki Rabbi Yaakov. That's not like, Rav Chisda, Rabbi Bar Ravuna, Matzlu b'Beurto. So maybe that's actually a riot to Rabbi Yaakov. You see that they wore tefillin at night. So why do you say that you can't wear it past Shkia? Aupliga. They're the ones that argue. They hold you can wear tefillin at night. Umi Omar Rabbi Bar Ravuna Hochi, V'Omar Rabbi Bar Ravuna. We're holding the flam Vavam and Beis on the top. Umi Omar Rabbi Bar Ravuna Hochi, V'Omar Rabbi Bar Ravuna. Sovek Chashecha, Sovek Loy Chashecha, Loy Choylitz V'Leminiach. You have a bin Shmoshes time. You don't know if it's night or day. So it says don't put on tefillin, but you don't have to remove your tefillin. So Gemara says, they themselves, Rabbi Bar Ravuna himself, holds, it seems like, that if you know for a fact that it's nighttime, you remove your tefillin. So what are you telling me that he davened Ma'ariv with his tefillin? What's going on here? Says the Gemara, Hasam Be'erev Shabbos Itmar. This halacha that says that if Tzavah Chasher, Tzavah Lo Chasher is talking about Shabbos. Now Shabbos, he holds you don't put on tefillin. You can't put on tefillin on Shabbos. At night, you could put on tefillin. So when he said that if you have a suffix, if it's night or day, he's talking about it was Friday night, and you think that it's Shabbos, don't put on your tefillin. But if they're already on, you don't have to remove them until it's mamish dark. Frag the Gemara. So again, Rabbi Bar Ravuna holds, according to this, he might hold that Laila is man tefillin. I can wear tefillin all through the night. If Laila is man tefillin, it's a mitzvah to put on tefillin at night. But Shabbos, chas v'shalom, you can't wear tefillin. Ask the Gemara, what's pshat? It doesn't make any sense. If you hold one, you have to hold the other. What's pshat? Ma'ikosover, ikosover Laila zman tefillin, Shabbos nami zman tefillin. Why would you have to remove it erev Shabbos? He would hold that you could wear tefillin even on Shabbos. Ikosover Shabbos la zman tefillin. The Gemara is going to explain why. Why is one dependent on the other? If you hold that Shabbos is not a time for tefillin, Laila nami la zman tefillin. If you hold that you could wear tefillin at night, the Rabbi Bar Ravuna will hold you could wear tefillin on Shabbos. Why? From the same place that you learned that you should not wear tefillin on Shabbos, you also learned that you shouldn't wear tefillin at night. In the parsha, it's in our tefillin, by the way, this pasuk. It says you should keep this chayk forever. It's referring to Pesach. And it says that we remember Yetzias Mitzrayim, we put it on our tefillin. That's one thing about tefillin, should have it on you. But it says, interesting lashon, mi yomim yomima. So the Gemara darshans, yomim v'leilois. Mi yomim, the same word, mi yomim, I learned two things. From the second part of the word yomim, I learned you wear tefillin during the day and not at night. And from the mem, mi yomim, v'loi kol yomim, not all days, probably Shabbos of yom tovim. Divrei Rabbi Yosei Aglili. So either you hold like Rabbi Yosei Aglili that you cannot wear tefillin at night, and the same pasuk tells us you can't wear tefillin on Shabbos, or you hold like the next shita. Rabbi Akiva Omer lo'nemer chuka zoi elo lePesach bevad. The whole parish is talking about Pesach, and the chuka goes on Pesach. So Memela, Rabbi Akiva holds that you can wear on Shabbos and you can wear at night. So where's Rabbi Bar Ravuna? What does he hold? He's in between. He holds you're allowed to wear at night, but you can't wear on Shabbos. Says the Gemara. Nafkalei mechad nafkalei Rabbi Akiva. The Sanya Rabbi Akiva Omer. Yochanan niach odem tefillin b'Shabbos v'yom tovim. Tamaloi mar v'hoya la'ois al yodcha u'l'titavos b'neinecha. It's a ois. It's a sign. It's a sign between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mishitzrichim ois. The weekdays that need a sign. You wear tefillin. Yatsu Shabbos v'yom tovim she'en gufon ois. And that comes to exclude Shabbos and Yom Tov. So this is the sugya right here. Daf Lamed Vav Amud Beis is the big sugya of do you wear tefillin on Chol Hamoed? Here's the Tosfos. Yatsu Shabbos v'yom tovim Tosfos the Ramatzke. That's the discussion. By the way, you people don't. Oh, we're all American. We all know in America the Litvish Oilam wears tefillin on Chol Hamoed. Over here in Israel, nobody wears tefillin. Why? What's the difference? Because they're all grunics. Just like we do Birkus Kahanim every day because of the Gra. Even Hasidim, they don't realize they turn into grunics. But Hasidim in America don't wear. Nusach Svar doesn't wear. That's probably because of the Zohar, Kabbalah, the Chulu. But this is the makar of the sugya.
There's also in India that people don't usually do malacha on here in Israel. They don't work, whereas in America,
Who says link to it?
Taisus does bring down that the reason why it's ois is because there's no avoida. Let me see if that's what he says here.
Again, to work, you can't.
It's not a regular. It's not a regular anymore for you. You're not treating it like a regular.
I did see something here about work.
You go ahead to job at Avos, you go to work, but you can't go without.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think that's the.
It doesn't take away the ice.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't see it there. Yeah. The shari basias melacha ikois. Fine. That's all he says about that. Okay. Fine. New sugya. Omer Rebbe Lazar. Kol hameniach tefillin achas shkias hachama over ba'asei. if you put on tefillin after Shkia, you're over on asay. It says miyamim yamima. You should only wear it during the day. You don't. You're over on that. You're over on asay. V'birchen Omar over belav. V'shomarta. It says v'shomarta is chukazos miyamim yamima. V'shomarta is a lav, not an asay.
Someone wears tefillin all day, and it goes through the night, and he's been mashmash. Amen.
Ooh.
What happens?
Well, if he's not mashmash, you agree that he's not over on anything, right? Because he didn't do anything. He continued wearing it, but he wasn't over on nachas tefillin. So you're saying if he's mashmash, like a proper mishmash, where he lifted up his tefillin and put it back down, that would probably be a problem, I would assume.
What assay you went?
That's it, miyamim yamima. The Torah says you should wear it during the day.
Where do you do my night?
Right. You're over on, the Torah says only wear it at night, and during the day, and you wear it at night. You're over on that yoim v'loy lailo.
You put it on during the day, what's that?
No.
Took it off and put it back on during the day.
He's saying he was mekayim the mitzvah.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, but from that mitzvah we make a drasha that you cannot wear it during the day. During the night. It's not a lav. It's an asay. It's an averi that comes from an asay. It's different. It's different than a lav. A lav means when the Torah says don't do it. Over here the Torah says do it on this time, in this day. So we learn from that if you do it at a different time, you're over. But it's an averi of an asay. It's a difference if you chayv malchus, whatever the difference is.
Shkisacham here is proper night or?
Tzeizik kechavim. Tzeizik kechavim, they say.
Let's say somebody has hadn't managed to put on tefillin during the day and it's not shkia, you should put on.
Says the Gemara. Lema berib oven omer Rabbi kamiflagi omer Rabbi omer Rabbi. Maybe we should say this machlokes, the famous Rabbi oven omer Rabbi. We have it all over Shas. Kol mokim shenemar hishomer pen va'al. Anytime it says one of those three words, enoi elo loisasei. So by us it says v'shomarta. So that should be a lav. The mar is the Rabbi oven, or mar less the Rabbi oven. Obviously, if he holds that it's only asay and not a lav, he doesn't hold of Rabbi oven's klal. Says the Gemara loy. The kuli almis l'derbi oven. It makes sense. Everybody holds. You see it all over Shas, and it's kind of an accepted thing. It says hishomer al pen. It's a lav. So over here it's also lav. So how come he holds it's not a lav? It's an asay. Masovar hishomer the lav vishomer the asay. Since vishomarta comes on the yomim yomima, so it turned in this hishomer made the yomim yomima an asay. You're over an asay. And that explains a little bit what you were asking. You have a yishomer on miyamim, and that makes an essay. U'masava yishomer dasei namilav. Since it says yishomer, it doesn't matter that it started off as an assay, as a positive commandment. It flips the positive commandment into a negative commandment, into a lav. V'omer Rebbe Lazar, v'im l'shamram. If a person is worried that his tefillin are going to get lost, mutter, then you're allowed to put them on at night. V'omer Ravina havi yasivne kameder Ravashi. This is very interesting. Look at this story here. Ravina was sitting in front of Ravashi, v'choshach, and it became dark. V'hiniach tefillin. He put on tefillin. I'm just looking at the side. Okay, nothing too big. V'amri le l'shomer kobaylu mar. So I told him, oh, you're probably worried they're going to get lost. V'amar li in. He nodded to me. This is amazing. V'chazite l'daite the lav l'shomer hubai. I saw in his face that he's messing with me. He didn't really mean yes. That he holds that Laila zman tefillin, and he put them on because that's what he holds. And kosavar halacha ve'morin kain. The reason he lied to me and he said yes, I'm putting them on because I'm worried they're going to get lost is because you don't tell people this halacha. You don't want people to be over on wearing tefillin and falling asleep with them. Says Rashi. What?
There's no bracha.
He made a bracha.
No, he didn't make a bracha.
Of course he made a bracha.
No, it doesn't make sense from the story.
Here, because you learn a couple of things from this story. First of all, you learn that if you hold Laila's man tefillin, it's a mitzvah to put on tefillin. You make a bracha. Why not? It's a mitzvah like anything else. What's the difference day and night?
No. The question he asked was, are you afraid that they're going to get lost?
Yeah.
If you made a bracha, he wouldn't have asked that question. He would have asked a different question.
You didn't see. I'm not saying he made a bracha because maybe it was 5 minutes before, after he put on tefillin before. I'm just saying you should make a bracha. Technically, you should make a bracha. I'm not saying that in this story he made a bracha.
It doesn't say he was wearing tefillin. It says v'hinir tefillin.
Exactly.
Put on tefillin.
Exactly. Because he went to the bathroom after Shkia, and then you put on tefillin again. People that wear tefillin all day, they're putting on tefillin. They put on tefillin 20 times a day. I lived with it. Trust me. Every time you go to the bathroom, you take it off. You put it back on. You take it off. You eat. You take it off. You this. You go. You're constantly putting on and putting off, taking off. Now, another thing comes out from here. First of all, you'd make a bracha if you hold Laila's man tefillin, and it's a mitzvah to put on. But you also see from here that if you worry that they're going to get lost, you put it on. Fine. Says the Gemara, Amar Rav
Even on
Ravuna.
Shabbos, you have that thing where you find it in the field, you put it
Yeah,
on, you put it
yeah,
on.
because it's not really muktzah. So like it's just a problem of ice, and I mean it's a davar shebekdusha. But we,
Are you saying tefillin are not moved to the Shabbos?
I think they're not really muktzah. There's a problem. There's a big.
Discussion.
But I'm saying if they're in a problem of sakana of getting lost, you're allowed to. I think that's how we paskin. I'm not. Why should they be muktzah? Let's think about it. It's a chevish mitzvah, and you're not. You can't put it on. But it's the only reason why you can't put it on is because of its ice.
You can put it on.
What?
No.
Whoa!
No.
You put it every day, and it's a chesaron kiss. If you have a painting that you move around every single day, I don't think it becomes a like Ismail Shel Sefer Shel Amila. Yeah.
But if you can put them on to protect them,
I probably just gets thrown into the category of uvdin
you're
dechol.
allowed to use it.
No way. Over the dechol. It's a davar shemitzvah. What are you saying? The what?
If you can put it on Shabbos,
Yeah.
so that it shouldn't get lost, then it shouldn't be muktzah. Because you're had to put it on.
For that minute, right? It's like okay, but if it's muktzah machas chesaron kiss, that doesn't work. If it's like he's saying you can't move a muktzah machas chesaron kiss because of a chesar shaveh. If it was a hammer, a klisha malachli isser, and then you had to move it because you had a tzarech, then you can move it. That would be a big enough kimin if it's muktzah machas chesaron kiss. Okay. Omar Rabbi Baravuna chayav adam lemashmish b'tefillin b'chol shah. A person should touch his tefillin all the time. So Rabbi Schomburg is saying that in the article it seems like that mishmush doesn't mean to really move it, but to touch it. What does he bring?
He brings from the kindness he wrote a sefer on the tefillin.
Yeah.
And he discusses it there.
If you have to move it or not.
No, because the lotion in the tefillin
Yeah.
is maniach yoda,
Which means that you don't move it.
that you don't move it. He's saying on the mashmish. What's taking the word on mashmish?
You shouldn't forget that.
Okay, it's an interesting shaila here. But it's this is Nagel and Maisa to us. We should be touching our tefillin occasionally.
Once an hour.
So, but he's saying that Mr. Kornbluth was saying that if it's your middle of davening, you don't really have to. The Chol Shah doesn't mean hour. It means every minute, every time. No, Kol Shah, but it's certainly not hour, 60-minute hour. Kavachoymer mitzitz. So the Gemara makes a kavachoymer from tzitz. Umatzit she'in boyelo askor. We're mamish finishing. Mamish 2 lines. We're almost done. We're not going to the bottom of the page today. Umatzit she'in boyelo askor achas. It only says kodesh Hashem. One time it mentions Hashem's name. Omer Torah v'hayam mitzchoy tamid. It should be on his forehead always. Now there's a big question. It's not on his forehead always. When he goes to the bathroom, when he goes to sleep, all different times, it's not on his forehead. So what does tamid mean? So the Gemara is learning. Tamid means shaloi tesiach daita mimenu. Tamid means it should constantly be on his mind when he's wearing it. Tefillin sheish b'maskaris harbe. How many askaris are there in tefillin? 21. There's 20 times Hashem's name in tefillin. Alachas kama v'kamo. Certainly, a person should constantly know that he's wearing tefillin, and that's what I mentioned before. That according to the Rosh, it means just make sure you're not Mesiach Das, you don't do Kalas Rosh. According to the other Rishonim, the Shagisari wants to prove from the Ramban that it means literally because he says a oval. And says a oval should not wear tefillin while he's crying. Why not? What's the big deal? He's not laughing, he's not making a joke, he's being very serious. So it would mean that any time that you're not concentrating on the tefillin, according to the Shagasari wants to say that in the Ramban, anytime you're not concentrating on the tefillin 100%, that means you're Mesiach Das. To me, it didn't make so much sense as Kasha because he's crying, so it's a negative to the tefillin. There's a difference between making a joke and not making a joke at all and driving a car, like his example was. You're driving a car, you're not crying and you're not joking. You're just parav. When you're crying, you're doing the opposite of wearing tefillin. It's the same thing as making a joke. Your head is somewhere else. If your head is not somewhere else, just it's not on the tefillin, Mechatei said that's a problem. What's the raya from the Ramban?
Somebody who wears tefillin the whole day at work.
Yeah.
He's got concentration on his work. So
Right. So he has to hold like the Rishonim that say that you don't have to concentrate on your tefillin. He's going to hold that that's okay. It's okay as long as you don't do a negative. Anybody starting to wear tefillin every day here, all day? We have a few people there.
There was a guy that used to wear tefillin.
All right, flick me out. What?
There was a guy that tefillin, like a bunch of tefillin.
Hold on. You already did this?
People are making his life misery. Wherever he went, people telling him.